Holy smokes, the stock market is going crazy right now. What is going on, traders? You guys crushed it today. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I was able to identify the lows of this morning's sessions and alerting 604 calls live on live stream and then 606 puts. If you watched my video last night, I gave you guys the best level for small accounts and cash accounts to be shorting. Let's get into today's video. So, guys, FOMC minutes came out today. No one expected this big of a move, but this is why we use our levels to continue trading and to hold runners. First thing in the morning, I ended up getting 603 calls, brought these deep in the freaking money. Almost 3-point return from where we bought in to where we were selling these calls. After that, if you watched my video last night, 606. Come on, man. Who else is doing this? And we do this live too. I'm giving you guys this information for free. Look at last night's video, 606. Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, so 606 ended up being a beautiful, beautiful short, guys. So shout out to all the bears who ended up holding on. I know a lot of people's contracts were going from 50 cents to $19 a contract, 30 cents to $16 a contract. Puts went bananas today. And if you didn't trade today, that's good for you. I took it light, guys. I ended up hitting a one and done trade. It ended up being a phenomenal trade. We ended up running calls on this run up from buying in from down here. Picture perfect trade, one and done for the day. I don't need to trade anymore. And then 606 comes, right? This is why we set alerts. We make our money. We set alerts. We're watching for weakness. And today's weakness just ended up being a freaking knife and a half. So, what's the game plan moving forward to tomorrow? We had a gap to fill at 598.83. SPY said F the gap, and it just dumped right through the gap. And even to the lower side, I had a buy zone, right? From when SPY was previously trading at this range at 589 and 590.28. Sliced right through it too. This is something we haven't seen in years. Today's price action reminded me of the COVID times. I'm not even joking. I haven't seen a drop like this, and I don't even, if ever, right? A 20-point drop on SPY is berserk. So how do we trade going into tomorrow? So what I first like to do is you want to look at the daily time frame, right? Daily time frame, 100% oversold, right? Let's look at the 5-minute time frame. 100% oversold. I'm gonna put my key levels up in here so you understand what I'm saying, right? So obviously when there's a big volatile news coming out, guys, we slice through 605. We slice through 4 freaking levels and last week's lows, all without retesting, right? We were kept slicing through multiple freaking levels without retesting. So we need confirmation. This is why. Even though I told everyone the best level to be buying calls at is 589.83, it should, right? We broke through it. Look at the retest, instant rejection, and we dumped. This is why I say stop trying to top tick stocks to short and bottom tick and buying calls against the trend. Wait for the confirmation. If you would have bought, just say you would have bought the first reaction of 589.83, the next red candle, 5-minute candle, tested, instant sell-off, that's your stop loss, right? I personally would have not even have entered this trade. So I'm very happy I avoided calls all day. I'm very happy most of the Discord avoided calls all day. We've seen trends like this. And look where SPY ended up closing, just like I said, at the low of day. I said SPY is going to close the price movement right now. SPY is closing the low of day. Look where the freaking thing closed. We do this real on this side, guys. So, okay, game plan. I want to say heavily avoid calls, but we're so oversold. We broke through so many levels. I'm going to give you guys fantastic trades coming up. I'm so excited. I'm going to make so much freaking money. And God willing, you guys do as well. So, every prior dip that we see in the last 5 years, what ends up happening, guys? Right? And within a couple months. Woo! Right back up, right? So don't get overly bearish. Jerome Powell even said we cleared the recession. This is clearly an overreaction trade right now. for the time being. So this is why we're using our levels, okay? First levels, please put this on your chart. 589 and 590.28. If we hold this level as a support, I'm going with safe calls. My first price target is going to be 597.32, right? This is my first price target right here. We did not retest it. After that, guys, we have last week's lows at 602.13 that was not retested. So that's just like the scale of how far this could go. But let's look at the downside, right? We go with the trend. When we go with the trend, we're wrong once. Because if you get stopped out going with the trend is changing. You swap sides and go that direction. When you go with the trend, you are wrong once. Remember that, okay? So the trend is bearish. Let's get some bearish setups, okay? First things first. I do like if we open in this range, puts at 592, right? I love puts at 592. Again, I love puts at 597.32. These are my trades. Again, that's 10 freaking points away. So we got to play this by ear, right? This buy zone, if I start seeing weakness in the 590s, I'm going to get puts too. And what's my stop loss? If 590.28 becomes a support. Let's look at the downside, right? We got heavy levels to the downside. The first level that I have, it's going to be a massive psychological level. I actually got two. We actually bounced off of the higher one, okay? So we bounced off this 582 to 584 level. If we break this, we're going straight to 581. After that, massive psychological level at 580. We will most likely have a bounce around the 580s, right? But today's extremely sold off. The market could start buying this back up. So just to give you the downside, you need levels. So the first levels to be watching, if we reject 583, we're dumping 2 points to 581. Okay? If I see weakness at 583, even if we open up below it, come back up, I'm hitting puts and I'm going to ride them all the way back down to 581 and potentially leave runners to 580 sub 580. Okay, so that's what I want for puts on the downside. Puts to the upside, I like puts at 590.28 and I like puts at 592. Now, in case you're bullish, like what are the best trades to be bullish? As long as we are holding 584, I'm bullish to 586, this 2-point range right here, okay? If we are above 584 and come back down to these levels and we start bouncing in between 584, give it $1, right? Give it a point. Don't just buy there, like wait for some confirmation. We break through it, end up holding some support at 584. I'm getting calls. It's an empty pocket, 2 full points up to 586, free freaking money. I'm interested in that trade. I really like that trade. And if we hold 586 as a support, we're going to rocket another $3 all the way to 589. I love it, right? The bull side. And look this is just the range that we were towards the end of the day in pre-market. Look how much money there's to be made. You don't need to buy calls and hoping this goes back up to the 600s. We don't need that. Like, if 584 to 586, guys, if you can't make your daily goal in that, I don't know what's wrong with you. 586 to 589, if you don't make your weekly goal, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you buy 584 calls and ride this to 589 and you don't make your monthly goal, I don't know what's wrong with you. Stop thinking about the macro trades, just going full port on calls, trying to rip back up to 606. Focus on micro. Buy, support, sell, resistance, right? So I'm looking for the biggest empty pockets, right? That's how I trade, because you see how in here it's not an empty pocket. We could have bounced at any one of these levels. Once we reject 589, empty pocket to 586. Once we break through 586, empty pocket through 584. Now you know why I like these levels. Because if we hold them as support 584, there's nothing here. It's a full 2-point range to 586. 586 holds. It's free money to 589. I love that. And these are also levels for puts as well. If we rip up to 589 could be a put level. Where are you taking profits? Boom, 586. Right? 586, we open up here, we break through it, come back up. We're hitting 586 puts. Where are we selling? Not selling to 584. That is the game plan. Stop Googling stock market crash. Stop buying against the trend and going. I don't even care if you bought freaking 5-month out calls. It's stupid. There's zero reason to be buying calls. Today is one of the most bearish days we've had since COVID. Take that in, right? So the market is shifting right now. A lot of liquidity has left the market. Now we are patient. We're sitting on our hands before long-term investing and trading, right? And we're waiting to see where that liquidity is going. We're waiting to see if that liquidity is going to start re-entering the market slowly. It's not going to shoot up right away. A move like this is not going to shoot up right away. I'm telling you right now. So if you swung calls, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. And if you swung puts, you're an idiot too, because after a 21-point drop, if you're still bearish on the market, man, you have a crystal ball. Okay? So these are levels I'm trading. I'm going to do something nice for you if you ended up watching this late in the video. It's confusing. I don't know where the hell we're going to open tomorrow. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to live stream on YouTube for you guys tomorrow, right? There's a lot of people that want to join the program. Price is always an option, right? The price is always a struggle. People don't know. They may not trust people they meet online. So I'm going to show you what I do, okay? And I'm going to show you live, and I'm going to show you for free. And if you want to continue making money with me every single day, Monday to Friday, I am live streaming every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The Daily Sniper is going to be a household name soon. I promise you that. Take care, everyone.